Hey guys, this is the professor. This is Land Nav Part 5, and this is where we're going to go out and put all of that theory into practice. So if you take a look past me here, you'll see this section of roadway that we've talked about before, standing right here beside the car. And this roadway runs straight north. It's really cloudy out here today, but might need the compass. Well, for sure use the compass anyway. But days like this is when you really do need a compass if you get out in the woods and get turned around. So we're going to shoot down this road here. We know it's running straight north. Won't need the compass for this part. But we're going to mark off the 240 meters here with our Ranger counting beads. So let's head on down there and we'll meet you at the gate. Okay guys, we are at the end of Vector 1. If you look back down that way, on our back azimuth, you can see the car parked down there. We estimated 240 meters. In fact, it turned out to be about 270, so maybe I was just a little bit short on that estimate. But once again, even if you get close, you can see the gate. And so if you're off a little bit, you can still make up and make course corrections at the end of each vector. If you look on out there, you can see some of the residents of the pasture that we're going to visit today. So let's get on through the gate. If you look down to the north here, you can see this fence row. And this fence row is going to be our guide here on the next vector, Vector 2. And what we'll do is basically use this as a handrail. We'll just walk along parallel to it for the second vector. Alright, now if you take a look over here to the west, you can see the gate that we've come through. There's the roadway. If you turn around over there, you can kind of see that section of the roadway that runs straight west. We're right here at the turn in that road. And once again, if you look around straight to the north, which is going to be, you're coming around to the south now. Okay, come back by my position, that's east. Come on around to the north, and once again you can see the fence row. We're going to be paralleling that. And so the next vector here, Vector 2, as you recall from our plan, is 175 meters straight north, which is going to take us off in that direction. So once again, 175 meters, going to reset my counting beads, and we'll be off and running. Okay, we're at the end of Vector 2 now, and I went ahead and made it to the 200 meters. If you look around where I came, there's this little draw here, and my map showed that the 175 ought to bring me more up here on the top of that. But as I look around here, I can see that it looks a little higher yet up here, and so I estimated that I came down through there, it was muddy, that perhaps I thought I was a little bit farther than what I was. So went ahead and marked off 200, but I don't think I was quite that far. Once again, this is straight north. This is the this fence line, and out across there, you can see we're in this pasture. And for Vector 3 now, we're going to go ahead and to take our compass shot out across here. I kind of want to parallel this ridge. You can see there's a kind of a high spot, or maybe you can't with the video, but we're going to shoot across there and pick up an angle on our compass of 43 degrees. So what I'm going to do here is dial up 40, and then each mark is 2, so 43 degrees. I'll turn the compass straight out away from my body this way, and now I'll just turn, just kind of walk around here until the compass comes to straight north. So that's going to put me in the right direction. And I can look straight up now. If you look straight down that way, I'll see there's a kind of a white tree trunk. And in front of that, there is a smaller kind of a bush or tree that still has the leaves on. But there's a white trunk. Isn't very far to the left of that draw there. which I saw on my map a minute ago. And so we're going to hike over there. This is going to be the longest shot of the trip. And so we'll give that a shot and pick you up over there. This shot should be 270 meters. And so we should come over in there someplace by the edge of those woods. So I'll reset my Ranger counting beads, take one last shot. Once again, we don't want to look at the compass all the way over there. We simply want to look up, find that item, and then walk toward it. Try to stay walking as straight as we can. So 270 meters, which is going to be 2 beads and most of a third one. So here we go. Okay guys, this is the end of Vector 3, and that was supposed to be 270 meters. It turned out to be just a little more than that. I had about 52 paces, and so that's going to put me about 280. So you can see here's this white tree that I saw from across there. What that is a little dead elm with the all the bark gone off of it. And then of course in front of that I could see this branch. I think it's directly above your head here. It's an oak tree that still has the leaves on it. Now if you turn around and look at the back azimuth, the direction that we just came, you can look back out across that pasture and you can see the direction that we came from, more or less back there in that direction. And you can see where we're headed next is going to be at our fourth arrow, going to be 160 meters at 336 degrees. So let's reset the compass. See, what we're going to do now is to rotate the compass dial. There would be, there's 360 or straight north. There's basically 340 right there. And what we're looking for is 336. So there would be 330. Each compass, or each little mark is 2. So there's 2, 4, 6. And so that should give us 336 degrees right there. Now I can already see the ground is already falling off directly ahead of me here on the right and on the left. So in a sense, this last shot's going to be pretty easy because the ground itself is going to work like a funnel, basically. If you look at the contours on the topographic map, they're going to basically work like a funnel and just pull me right into the heading that I need to go. But we'll go ahead and go through the steps anyway. Once again, what you do is you hold the compass directly in front of you. Okay, then you rotate body, compass, everything. Don't move the compass. Don't twist it this way. Hold the compass straight out away from you, and then turn your entire body. Just kind of walk around until that compass needle comes straight north. And basically what that tells me then is we want to head over that way, which I see is directly on the other side of a barbed wire fence. So what we're going to need to do is to walk over there a few paces. Notice too then that there's a downed tree right where we need to go. So let's walk over to the fence, kind of keep track of our pace count. We're going to have to maneuver around that tree and then pick it up on the other side. That direction. So we're calling that 15. Basically, if we look back through there, see if that tree down, we had to work our way around that. Okay, so according to our compass heading, we're going that way. And if we already have 15 paces off, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Check the map here again, but you can see that we are on the narrowest part of this little neck. Clear over on this side, the ridge drops off very steeply down into a gully over here, I know the camera doesn't show that depth particularly well, but if you look just over on this side now, over here it drops off sharply on this side as well. And so this goes all the way down to the creek in this direction. So what we're on is this narrow little kind of a neck or little ridge, a little bridge almost that runs across, and it goes over there to the little hilltop on the other side. Now down in here, maybe you can see this, maybe you can't, but the ground runs downhill. We've been coming downhill ever since we crossed the fence. We're still dropping in this direction, but soon the map says we're going to start back up as we go up the other side. Now notice that we don't really need much navigation now, because as long as we stay on this neck, we're going to hit it. But I've come 100 meters. I've got one bead up here, so technically we've got about 60 meters to go, which is not going to take us a little bit more than halfway through our pace count of 62 steps. So maybe 30 or 40 paces will get us there. We're going to have to work our way around a big tree that's fallen over here. So let's go ahead and finish the hike. Okay, I'm at about 30 paces now, past the 100-meter mark, and so you can see what we just had to go around. Obviously, in going around this mess, our pace count was kind of messed up because I couldn't maintain my pace and avoid this tree. It was part of an old barbed wire fence there, so what I had to do is just kind of work my way around it, get lined back up to where I was, kind of estimate the number of paces, and then go ahead. But you can see, even with these problems, we're there. If you'll turn around and look straight in our direction at 336 now, you can see our objective. Notice the ground is raising again here, or rising up from the lowest point, which was about where that fallen tree was. And we're essentially there. I can see the hilltop now, and it's probably going to be very, very close to our 160 meters. I'll go ahead and measure off up there, assuming that I'm 30 steps into it, or 30 paces into it, but 30 paces will probably put us right at the top. Okay guys, we have been to our objective and we're on our way back. I'll show you one last thing. To retrace your trip, the easiest thing to do is to simply turn your compass around backwards. So just let the direction of travel arrow just point directly into your stomach here. And notice now we'll just simply turn our whole body around. The whole body comes around until that compass needle's pointing north. And so once again, if I just look straight ahead, then look out in that direction, you'll see our back azimuth. It's going to take us right back out to the fence. In fact, you can probably see that anyway. If you look out through the trees, you might be able to see back into that pasture. We won't really need to back navigate anymore from here, because once we get in that pasture, we're pretty much got it made here, even though it's cloudy out today. So thanks for joining me on part 5 of the land navigation series. Hopefully you've had some fun going along with me on the trip as much as I have in doing it. And this is the Professor. I'll see you soon.